emotions like after your season ends like that?
Yeah, look, it's been a really frustrating year. It doesn't feel like we've really been able to get going at all. It has sort of felt like whack-a-mole to an extent, and tonight was a bit the same. It just felt reflective of our season. I mean, we were beaten all over the ground, but even though we've been struggling, I don't think there's ever been a situation where I've thought our players have given up. It just all really caught up with us tonight.
How much did that Radaglia injury unsettle everything? Because you're already down a few talks.
Yeah, we didn't really have any ruckman. But again, that was just a little bit of what it's felt like the year has been like. We just the competition's so even now, and it's such a high standard across the board that you need to be at your best every week to win. And you certainly need to string good form together and be able to play your style of game. And it does, like, there were patches throughout the year where we felt like we were getting going, and then 2 or 3 things would go wrong again, and we'd be sort of catching up. And the reality is for us at the moment, we just haven't been, like, even if we won tonight, we're just not going well enough. So it wasn't a matter of accepting that and giving up, at least to my observation. But in the aftermath, that just feels like a reality.
Were the other sort of guys coming into the game? Like, obviously you're missing quite a few, but were the guys coming into the game a bit sore?
Yeah, and that's probably one of the things I mean with our season. It wasn't just the guys that weren't on the park. It was the ones that could get out there but were just way off their best for various reasons. And we quite rightly, in my opinion, we don't want to advertise that. It doesn't sound that good anyway. It sounds like an excuse. I'm not sure whether people believe you or not. But we've been aware that some guys have been really restricted, and a lot of those guys haven't had a long off season for 10 years. So that we feel like it doesn't feel like a right at the moment. But I think when we sit back, we'll find some reasons to be optimistic about the opportunity moving into the future.
Brad Close didn't come on after half-time. Is there any concern over his health?
Yeah, his ankles. Yeah, so he won't play next week.
Is it a significant ankle injury, or is it just...
They just said that he wouldn't come up for next week. So, we'll have a few guys that will have surgery pretty quickly, but I don't have any indication that he'll be one of those.
Frustrating way to end the season, I imagine.
But it always is. There's only one scenario where you're not frustrated. It's just for different reasons. But I think more than isolating it to tonight, I think it's been a really challenging year, and it just reinforces what we've always known, that we need to be at our best, and we need a little bit of luck as well, to compete with the best teams. And St Kilda, if they make it, they deserve their spot. They played well. They played the ground really well. It's the second time we played here this year. Thought we played okay last time against the Bulldogs, but we just got beaten in every area of the game. 5 inside 50s in the first quarter. It makes it hard work.
Do you think the hunger was still there for those guys that sort of reached the top of the mountain last year?
I mean, I do, because I see them every day. But I understand the question. But again, our job is to look a little bit more deeply than just the superficial analysis, which we understand around things like maybe you just weren't as hungry. I think it's more the 3 broken ribs and punctured lung rather than a lack of hunger.